Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, and we back with some more of it. Shout out Hood War Stories, man, for this video. It's titled, He Survived the 80s, 90s of LA to be unalive over allegedly smashing someone's wife. That's a deep title, man. That's a deep title, but it's true. Let's get into this content, man, and see what's going on here. But before we do that, like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel, man. Let's go.
Welcome to Hood War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing the life of OG Lil Bop. Darrell Sellers was born on November 24th, 1969, in Oakland, California. Both of his parents were involved in the Black Panther movement, which was founded with the purpose of protecting black residents of Oakland from police brutality. His parents separated when he was 1 year old. Looking for a fresh start, his mother left Oakland and relocated to Los Angeles and moved directly to Baldwin Village, also known as the Jungles. Growing up, Lil Bop's mother enforced education. She'd make him read books before he can go out and play in the streets.
Ooh, that's deep right there. That's a real mother right there. She made him read books before we go out and play in the streets. Y'all seen that earlier in the video, that picture when he was sharp, man. She kept him clean and sharp. Now this is right here. This is where you don't want to get caught at playing around. If you don't know nobody up in here that live up in here, I don't advise you to be driving up in here acting like you don't know where you at, like you lost. Even if you got lost and you see these buildings, just turn around, man. Think of the movie Training Day. Turn around and go on about your business, man.
This would develop Bop's intellect and resulted in him being smarter than most of his peers. Without his father in the picture, Bop looked up to the older guys in the neighborhood and they embraced him. By his teenage years, Lil Bop was considered a hardened member of the Black P Stone Jungles. The Jungle Stones formed when the already established City Stones linked up with the Jungle.
I think I was locked up with this guy right here, man. I think I was locked. He's way older. He was way older than him. I think I was locked up with this guy. If this the same guy, he's no longer here either, but I'm sure. If he's still alive, man, you guys leave a comment in the comment section, but I think this the homie from the Jungles I was locked up with.
Boys in the Baldwin Village section of South Central. During the early 1970s, the Jungle Boys transitioned into the Jungle Stones, solidifying the second neighborhood. Bop represents the second generation of gangbangers, which most consider to be the hardest when gangbanging in LA was at its peak. Although Lil Bop was considered as an enforcer on the streets, frontline gangbanging, he still operated by a code. If he caught his enemy with his mother or girl and kids, he would give them a pass and wait for a later date. In his prime, Bop was super active.
That was the rules. Them was the rules back then. You seen somebody with their mother, you seen somebody with their kids, they was with their family, they got a pass. We didn't do all that crazy shooting, and you seen kids in the car, you seen somebody with their mother, their father, their grandparents. It was off limits. You catch them another date. And this another thing. He got the weights in the backyard. You seen this all in every hood backyard, man, or in some houses. You always seen this, the old school original weight set. Before we didn't even go back. We didn't go to did too many people go to the gym. We didn't have no 24 hours and none of that back then. We went and lift these. That's that pig iron. Y'all see this? Man is in shape, man. That was part of the program back then, man. You had to keep your physique up, man. You had to stay in shape, get you some money, man. You had a few sherm heads back then, but wasn't nobody on all this drugs that you see, man. Dudes was healthy and took care of themselves back then.
Dismantling and crushing Crips in hand-to-hand combat. The Jungle Stones' arch enemies, the Rolling 40s and 30s, and the West Boulevard Crips who are down the street, would be his frequent victims. His knockout game was cold, but he allegedly was known to be lethal with a pistol. In the field, he was shot a total of 12 times, once in the face and still survived. On one occasion, he was shot 8 times by a fellow blood homie. He was shot twice by Crips at the liquor bank on Crenshaw, causing him to need a cane. And he first went to prison in 1988. When he was released back onto the streets, he was more equipped and war ready. He went back to prison for a year, got out, and went right back, and stayed for another 3 years. When he got out in 2001, he made a cameo in the movie Training Day starring Denzel Washington. Due to the national exposure the movie gave the gang-infested area, it would cast a spotlight and ultimately lead to a federal indictment on the Black P Stone Jungles.
To help them create a safer community. Well, there will also be coordinated catch kids before they get involved in gang activity, and I think that's absolutely the way to do it.
Here they go. Here they go, man. It brung light on these dudes when they shot that movie Training Day starring Denzel Washington. The guy named Bop, who he was in this movie as well. T. Rogers, rest in peace. When they see you doing good, man, Regardless of what you're doing, when they see you doing good, they're going to break that up. We don't need y'all to try to get in movies. We don't need y'all to try to stay positive. We don't need y'all trying to do none of that. We need y'all to keep shooting up the blocks, shooting up the towns, a couple of robberies. That's what we need. We don't need y'all getting into this. So before y'all even think about it, let's go stir the pot up. Let's go pull a bus up in their hood and arrest them all. Put some charges on them. We don't need these dudes making it in the entertainment business.
At the window, police, FBI, and they just start shooting in the windows.
So you guys,
I sure wasn't finna come out with all that.
Palmwood Drive, which is the dead end cul-de-sac street, was the center point for the open-air drug market in the jungles. At one point, the reputation for narcotic sales in this neighborhood transcended. Anyone from movie stars to pro athletes would drive down Palmwood to purchase large amounts of crack or cocaine. During this time period, Bob was incarcerated again, this time for an armed bank robbery. He would spend nearly 2 decades in prison. While incarcerated, Bob went through a spiritual regrowth and transformed his thought process. He began having a different perspective on gang culture. When Bob was released, he came home with a new outlook. On Christmas Day of 2019, Bob went viral on Instagram in a video of him stacking his hood. He used the exposure in his new platform to advocate for mental health and stopping senseless violence.
It was on my heart to talk to the homies about this is what I want to do for Christmas, homie. You know what I'm saying? And for the new year. All parks, recreational parks, everybody, every major community in Los Angeles got a park. That should be a no-fly zone for busing, nigga. Niggas be coming to our park lighting shit up. You know, niggas go to King Park in the Harlems. Niggas go to Jesse Owens Park over there in the Hunters. Niggas need to stop going to them parks, homie, and busting, homie, because there's women and children up there, nigga. If you see some Crips and some Bloods kicking in their park, let them niggas make it. This ain't me. This is God, baby.
That's real. He said it again. It's off limits. Kids there. But this dude right here seemed like he a solid stand-up G, man. He was a real gangster, man. Y'all can hear the intelligence that come from his mother. You know what I'm saying? She made sure that he had his education. She made him read them books like they said in the beginning of the video. Seemed like a solid dude, man. And this right here is a big loss when you got dudes that's this solid, that's respected, that's loved, and he got influence, man. It went out, man. That's crazy.
All this shit coming from up top, homie. If he using me as the vehicle on the platform, you know what I'm saying? So be it. I'll be the conduit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all know how many motherfuckers done died for God? That'd be a blessing for me. Nigga, kill me in the name of the Lord, nigga. Yeah, nigga, you know where I'm going?
He continued to do numbers, collaborating with Watts homie Quan on several skits that also went viral. He was doing well for himself. He had his own place and just purchased a new 2020 Dodge Charger. He went for a CDL and started a trucking business. He was able to secure multiple PPP loans, so his pockets were swole. Sometime in 2021, Lil Bob was allegedly sleeping with his homie's wife behind his back. When the homie found out his wife was creeping with Lil Bob, he felt betrayed. That led him to confronting Bob and challenging him to a fight. Bob wound up knocking him out cold, humiliated by getting his wife ran and getting KO'd after the fact. 2 days later, on June 5th, 2021, Bob had been hanging out in the Don's area of Baldwin Hills. It was given that name because of all the streets beginning with Don, after the formal title of all Los Angeles' original landholders. Bob was standing on the 4100 block of Don Tomaso Drive when that homie ran up and allegedly shot Bob 2 times in the head.
Wow. Cold situation. Wow. Man, I don't even know what to say about that. Sleeping with somebody's wife, totally against the rules. Yeah, I do clown on here and I make comments about that. You know, I did comedy before I did any reaction videos or any of this stuff. So when I hear stuff like this is real life. This is not a joke. Somebody he's deceased because of this. Sleeping with somebody's wife, that's off limit, y'all. Totally off limits. And for the wife, for the women out there, it's your job to say, you know what? I'm letting my husband know what's going on. This is not cool. I don't go that route. That ain't what I do. I know you for being my husband's friend. I think that this needs to stop. So if your wife allow another man to hit, get them drawers up, get them panties up, she's in the wrong. She's not your wife. She have no love for you. You were supposed to go check her. She the one who allowed another man, which is your homeboy, to go over there and get him some. You were supposed to check her. And then you were supposed to holler at him when you calm down and say, listen, man, I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was better than that. We could no longer be partners, man. It's all good. I'm not tripping. But she was supposed to pack her things up and get on immediately when you found out. But in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking like that. You just thinking that I got disrespected. I feel disrespected by my friend and my wife. Most people in this type of case, this type of scenario, knock. He's already gone. She would have been gone, and then they take themselves out because they can't deal with it. You know, he went to go confront his homie. His homie knocked him out. You smashing my wife, and you knocked me out. That's a hard pill to swallow. They all come from the same neighborhood. They all got the gangster mentality. If you know you in the wrong, sleeping with your homie wife, you should be already on deck, expecting what's gonna come with it. But you know what I'm saying? We get caught up, man. We get caught up, man. We let our pride, we let our ego, and then we let our little head do more thinking than our big head. Rest in peace to Bop, man. Like I say, I seen him on those videos. Solid dude. Always has something good on his channel, on his page. And it's sad that he went out like this.
Bob died that same day. That homie that was from his own gang would allegedly skip town. And few know of his current whereabouts, as this is an internal gang conflict. The murder to this day has gone unsolved, and BPS members are not cooperating with authorities regarding the murder. The funeral was held in July and they sent him off in a major way. His service was evident of the widespread love and respect people had for him. Bloods from all over were in attendance. In the time that Bobhead came home from the feds, he was able to accomplish a lot in little time. He was popular with the young and old generation. He was also super active in his daughters' and grandkids' lives. He was one of the first Damus to openly have love for Crips, as long as the respect was mutual and genuine. Despite his shortcomings, he never led the young homies on crash out missions. There is currently a $50K reward for any information on Lil Bob's murder.
Shout out Hood War Stories, man. They don't make them like this no more. He had love for his homies. They all respect him as little homies. He never sent them on crash missions. Y'all seen the video where he gave the game up. No shooting in the parks. No shooting at women. No shooting at kids. Thing like that. This is a big loss to a community. Somebody that's, like I say, with a lot of influence and having them do the right thing. Stayed in shape. Stayed on his grind. This ain't one of them smoked out big homies. This ain't one of them smoked out OGs that's out there on crack. This is a real stand-up G. He just got caught up like everybody else, man. It's a lot of people that then got caught up the same way, man. These women out here, man, you know, they would definitely get you caught up, man. And you got to have respect for yourself, man, and respect for your homeboys too. There's a lot of women out here in the world, man. You can fly anywhere across this globe and get you some pee-hole before you get a Big Mac. That's the easiest thing to get. Messing with your homeboy's wife. It's not his girlfriend, it's his wife. I don't advise anybody to go that route. It's sad that he had to be an example, one of the examples of many that went down the same route. These females, man, they gotta stop putting themselves in these positions, knowing this show husband homie, a solid dude from over there, knowing he ain't no joke, he ain't nobody to play with. You put your husband in that position. I wish the husband would have just got rid of you, man. Told you to pack your things up and go on back to your mama house. Go on and get up out of here. I hate that it went this way. This is not cool, because I had just started coming across dude content online. And you know, we on the opposite side of the fence, but you know, I'm older. So I didn't look at it no red and blue thing. When he was giving up gang, I was listening too. We was all listening. Shout out Watts Homie Quan for bringing him on this platform, giving us those good memories. They sent him home in a good gangster fashion. A lot of people was there. They loved it. I know that community over there is hurt by this, but this is an example for us all. You know, do not go this route, man. Do not put yourself in these type of positions, because it could end just like this, man. Rest in peace to Bop, man. This is a big loss to that community, and also to people that's not from that community that was watching his shows, man, on IG. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, go subscribe to Hood War Stories, where you can watch the full video without the reaction. It's Compton Rick Rock, Compton Rick Rock TV. Going to the next one.